This episode is brought to you by Skillshare, an online learning community with more than 16,000 classes in design, photography, and more. If you own a car, odds are you have had to have something on it repaired. They're big, complicated pieces of machinery powered by tiny explosions. Stuff's gonna break sometimes. But just because they're complicated doesn't mean there's nothing you can do about it. Basic preventative maintenance is easy, and if you keep on top of it, it will save you lots of money in the long run. Also, keep you safe. Don't die. It's like your body. It needs a checkup at the car doctor every once in a while, but it also needs some everyday care to keep running at peak capacity. And if you catch potential problems early, it's a lot cheaper and easier to take care of them than waiting until something's totally broken. So we're gonna go over a few things that you can do once a month or so to keep your car in tip-top shape. Step 1, do a general visual and auditory inspection of your car. This one is the easiest. Do all your lights turn on? Do your wipers wipe? Is there a giant rusty hole where your door used to be? How does the engine sound when it's running? Are there any strange clicks or clunks? Don't take it for granted that you'll notice all these things in day-to-day operation. Most of the time, you probably just beeline it straight for the driver's seat and Taylor Swift's blasting out your car stereo before the engine even turns over, so you may not see or hear these issues until you look for them. Some problems can and should be taken care of by yourself, like changing your windshield wipers. If you need to change them, make sure that you look up what sizes you need. Some cars actually require a different sized wiper for each side of the windshield. Most auto parts stores will have a catalog, either a book or a little computer station where you can look up what parts go to your car, be it the windshield wipers or a headlight or even a battery. If there's no catalog or you're having trouble with it, ask an employee for help. That's what employees are for. That's what they do. They help people. They will be able to point you in the right direction. Either way, all you need to know is what company made your car, like Ford or Dodge, what kind of car it is, like a Sebring or Corolla, and what year it was made, and all of that should be on your registration, what should be in your car, because they ask for it if they pull you over, and they want it to be in there. Windshield wipers are pretty easy, but a lot of times the problems you'll notice upon inspecting your car will be better handled by a professional. Changing a headlight or a taillight isn't too hard if the bulb is burned out. I had a Volvo 240, I had to replace the headlight like every 6 months. I don't know why, but I did it, and it was fine and really cheap. But if it's a wiring issue, that is a professional job. Also, check under the car for any leaks. Leaks are bad. Get leaks checked. It's bad for the environment, and it's bad for your car. Step 2, check your tires. Tires are kind of important for making your car into a car, so it's good to keep an eye on them. Low air pressure in your tires will devastate your gas mileage and cause a lot of wear at best. At worst, they can make a vehicle harder to control and damage other parts of the car. Keeping the tires inflated properly is just a good idea all around. You can check your air pressure using a gauge. Those fun little gauges where the little stick pops out of the bottom, they are pretty inaccurate, so try not to use those. You can still pretend they're tiny lightsabers if you want though. For your tires though, only the best, spend the 15 bucks and get a dial gauge. To use it, press the gauge onto the tire's valve stem. It will turn the dial to a number. That number is PSI if you're in the US. If you're not in the US, it's gonna be kPa, bar, or maybe even kilograms per centimeter squared. Either way, it should fall within the range dictated by your car manufacturer. If you don't know what that number is, because why would you? You can find it either in the manual or printed on a sticker inside the edge of the driver's side door, or you can look it up on the internet. There's also a number on your tire. That is the maximum pressure the tire is rated for, and you should never go over that. If you do, you are more likely to suffer a blowout and lose control of the car. So just fill the tire up a little at a time until you get it where it needs to be. If your pressure is too high, just push the little tab inside the valve stem and let some of the air out. The other thing you should check on your tires is how deep the tread is. An easy way to check tread depth is to use a penny. Stick it in the tread upside down, and if you can see all of Lincoln's head, then you need new tires. Lincoln is not going deep enough into that tire there. It's the only use for a penny I've ever found. Now, it's tempting to let them ride like that, considering how expensive tires can be, but letting your treads get that low reduces your traction significantly and makes it more likely that a tire will pop. You don't want to accidentally Tokyo drift your whole way to work on a blown out tire the next time it rains or snows, so get those changed ASAP. Unless you want to intentionally Tokyo drift your way to work, in which case, you're probably gonna go to jail. Also, remember to have your tires rotated by a mechanic every 6 months. The treads wear out differently depending on where the car tire is, so rotating keeps the wear even, so you have to replace them less frequently. See, this is why keeping up on your tires is important. Too much air, you lose control. Too little air, you lose control. Treads worn out, you lose control. It's madness. Driving a 2-ton hunk of metal and rubber can be dangerous. Step 3, check your emergency supplies. It's probably good to have emergency supplies in your vehicle. A spare donut tire, a tire iron, a jack, jumper cables, some water, road flares, kitty litter, that sort of stuff. Maybe even a machete if you're worried about zombie problems. Even if you think you have all of it, it never hurts to check. Maybe a friend or family member borrowed something or used something and forgot to replace it, or maybe your spare tire now has a slow leak. Or maybe you have a weird car like one of those 60s Volkswagen Bugs where the windshield wipers use the air from your spare tire to spray your washer fluid. That's a real thing. Who came up with that? The worst time to find stuff like that out is when you need the spare the most, so make sure your supplies are there, they're plentiful, and they're ready in case you need them. Now, you may have noticed that we left some important stuff out here, all the digging around under the hood stuff. Fear not, we will be covering that in part 2, and while you wait, be sure to check out our other videos, including one about cleaning your car. A car that runs great deserves to look great too. You might even awaken a latent car person hiding inside of you. If you do, make sure to let them out. It's dark in there. So clearly, you like learning about stuff. That's why you're here at How to Adult. If you want to learn more about adulting, you can check out Skillshare. It's an online learning community for creators with more than 16,000 classes in design, photography, and more. You could take a class, you could try a project, you can also teach a class yourself. You can learn from anywhere, wherever you are. If you're on the train, if you're on the toilet, you have an app for iPhone and Android. You can check into your classes even when you're offline. If you're an artist or a crafter, here is a popular course that will get you started selling your art on Etsy. If you're looking for a side hustle, here's a class that will help you get into freelance work. There's a lot to learn in the worlds of business and technology and lifestyle. Skillshare is a great place to get quality training and tips online. The first 500 users to click the link in the description will get a free 2-month trial. Just check out the classes, see what's available. Printed on a sticker inside the driver's side edge of the driver's side door, inside the edge of the driver's side door. You can have a donut tire, an actual donut, just high-calorie foodstuffs. Or maybe you have a weird car, like one of those 1960s Volkswagen Bucks. Bucks? Now, you may have noticed that we left out some important stuff, a la digging around under the hood. The worst time to find out stuff like that is when you need your spare the most. So make sure your supplies are there, they're plentiful, and they're ready in case you need them.